Driving me nuts.
You think it's just going to happen overnight one day, or does there need to be a little like what do we need? A little players only meeting, players only practice,
or
like, or you just need to get your ass kicked and like really have a wake up game. Like what in your time playing in the W or even college, what really turns the tide to you? And like
that reaction says everything. It sounds like a player who has finally reached her limit after watching the same problems happen over and over. Sophie Cunningham made comments that many experienced WNBA players would probably keep behind closed doors. Instead of staying quiet, she spoke honestly and admitted that the team needs a serious conversation. She said everyone must come together, be truthful with each other, and accept that they are simply not playing good basketball right now. That kind of honesty is rare, especially when a team has so much talent. The Indiana Fever have 3 players leading the All-Star voting, which shows how much ability is on the roster. On top of that, they have the league's best three-point shooter since she arrived with the team. Even with all that talent, the results have not matched the expectations. Cunliffe believes the team needs more than practice. They need to rebuild their chemistry, communicate better, and figure out what is holding them back before the season slips further away.
Listen to this.
For those just listening, Sophie has the highest three-point percentage in the WNBA since joining the Fever. That's pretty electric. Okay, Steph.
So I was right. She got the highest three-point percentage in the WNBA. And you mean to tell me she's not an all-star? It's like Steph Curry not being an all-star, bro. Let's just all, Klay Thompson was an all-star. Let's just all be for real. This thing based off the numbers.
Let's start with the facts. Since joining the Indiana Fever, Sophie Cunningham has the highest three-point shooting percentage in the entire WNBA. She is not just among the best. She has been the most accurate shooter from beyond the arc. Some podcast hosts have even compared her shooting ability to Steph Curry because of how consistently she makes tough shots. Even with those impressive numbers, she is only 15th in the All-Star voting. Off the court, she spends time meeting supporters, signing autographs, and building strong relationships with fans, showing the qualities of a true franchise player. What really stood out, though, was the way she spoke during the podcast. You could clearly hear the disappointment in her voice. It did not sound like a player making excuses. It sounded like someone who genuinely cares about winning and is frustrated because the team is not performing the way everyone knows it can. :
Sounds like and getting teed up.
I like that.
Oh, I got
That's
a
a
stat
good.
for you. Oh, do we say Soph's already 15th in All-Star voting?
Oh,
That's
let's
such
go.
a
I voted this morning because the Fever tweeted the meme also, and it was like All-Star voting. Again, Fever with a classy post
yes.
using the meme and linking All-Star voting. So I hopped on.
Yeah, but I think like AB, Caitlin, and Kels are all up there. That's great. That's great. They should be. And we're not even like playing good basketball yet, which blows me.
Right.
This is where the conversation becomes much more interesting. The podcast host asked Sophie what a team needs to do when it goes through a difficult stretch. Instead of giving the usual answer about working harder or simply staying positive, she quickly mentioned team bonding and having a serious, honest meeting. That response says a lot. When a player talks about needing a come-to-Jesus meeting, they are usually talking about deeper problems that cannot be solved by extra practice or watching game film. It often means there are issues within the group that still need to be discussed openly. Whether it is communication, trust, team chemistry, or personal disagreements, something is getting in the way of the team playing at its best. Sophie's comments suggest that everyone needs to be honest with one another, clear the air, and work together if they want to turn the season around.
Sometimes, I'm not kidding, sometimes you just have to get away from basketball. Because like, we invalid, this is our job, so I'm not complaining, but we practice a lot, and our practices are a little long, and sometimes you just need to get away from it. And so maybe we should try both. A team bonding and then balance.
Soph, could you maybe be a captain in this situation and like organize something fun in Indianapolis? Like maybe a big dinner reservation in the downstairs of St. Elmo's Steakhouse.
Dude, I think
fun.
We're about to go on like a 14-day road trip to the West Coast, and I think we're gonna do some fun.
The conversation becomes even more revealing after that. Sophie talked about the team's upcoming 14-day road trip, which includes stops in Las Vegas, Louisiana, and Phoenix. She mentioned that the players have planned some fun activities together and said she believes those moments could really help the team. The way she said it was interesting. She did not sound completely certain or overly excited. Instead, she sounded hopeful that spending more time together would improve things. Her words gave the impression that the team is trying to rebuild its connection away from the basketball court. It feels like she believes stronger relationships could lead to better performances during games. That alone suggests there may be issues within the group that need attention. Then the interview reached its most important moment, where her comments hinted even more clearly that the team has deeper challenges to overcome before it can reach its full potential. :
Sometimes we won, majority of times we didn't, but like it was just like a little kumbaya before playoffs started, and it was so fun. So shit, I'll try anything at this point with this.
Then came one of the strongest statements from the entire interview. Sophie said, "I'll try anything at this point with this team." Those few words carry a lot of meaning. Sophie is known as one of the most professional and experienced players in the WNBA. She has been part of championship teams, played in tough playoff games, and competed for different organizations. When someone with that kind of background says she is willing to try anything, it suggests the usual solutions have not worked. It does not sound like a team that only needs a few small changes. Instead, it sounds like a group searching for answers after facing the same problems again and again. That raises an important question about what is really holding the Indiana Fever back, because their biggest challenge does not appear to be a lack of talent. :
Like, if the fans could vote for who they wanted to be all-stars on the team, Sophie Cunningham would be on that list.
Yeah, but I think I've been kind of not shooting the ball so well so far this year, but I think I'm starting to heat up a little bit.
You probably have the highest three-point percentage out of anyone who wears long sleeves, W and NBA.
I like that.
That should be, you should get a plaque for that, or like a trophy.
There's a stat for everything nowadays. We could find something I'm good at.
Wearing long.
At first glance, the Indiana Fever situation is difficult to understand. The team has plenty of talent, and several of its biggest stars are among the top players in the All-Star voting. Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell continue to receive a lot of support from fans, while Sophie has become one of the best three-point shooters in the WNBA since joining the team. On paper, this roster has everything needed to compete at a high level. That is why Sophie's comments are so surprising. She openly admitted that the team is still not playing good basketball, and even she cannot understand why things are not coming together. Her confusion suggests that the problem goes much deeper than poor shooting or simple mistakes on the court. What stands out even more is what she chose not to mention. She never blamed the coaching staff, the offensive system, or the defensive strategy. Instead, she focused entirely on the players themselves. She talked about the need for stronger team bonding, honest conversations, and players-only meetings. That usually points to issues involving trust, communication, and relationships inside the locker room rather than problems with coaching. This is especially interesting because head coach Stephanie White has publicly said that chemistry is not the team's biggest concern. Sophie's comments paint a different picture, making it seem as though the players feel there are deeper issues that still need to be addressed. Some people have even suggested that one player might be causing the problems, but there is not enough evidence to support that idea. A more reasonable explanation is that the roster includes several talented players who all need the basketball in their hands to perform at their best. That can create confusion about roles, leadership, and who should take control during important moments. Sophie also mentioned that long practices can become mentally exhausting and that sometimes the team simply needs a break from basketball. She shared a story about her time in Phoenix, where teammates built strong friendships through team dinners and time together away from the court. By saying she is willing to try anything with the Fever, Sophie makes it clear that she believes building stronger relationships may be the first step toward turning the season around. From the outside, it seems like the Indiana Fever have everything needed to become one of the best teams in the WNBA. However, the comments from Sophie suggest that something is missing behind the scenes. She gave the impression that the team's environment feels too serious and stressful, with very little opportunity for players to relax and enjoy being around one another. A basketball team needs more than talent to succeed. Players also need trust, friendship, and a strong connection away from the court. When those things are missing, even the most gifted roster can struggle to perform. Just look at successful teams like the Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty. Those organizations often talk about how close they are, how much they enjoy spending time together, and how their relationships help them win games. Their success is built on more than basketball skills. It is built on genuine teamwork and mutual respect. Sophie seems to believe the Fever have not reached that point yet. She also mentioned Raven Johnson, and her comments made it clear that the rumored problems between Raven and Caitlin Clark do not appear to be real because the two have played well together. That removes one possible explanation, leaving people wondering where the real issue lies. Some fans have blamed individual players, while others believe different groups have formed inside the locker room. At this stage, there is no clear evidence to support either idea. Another interesting point is Sophie's own situation. Even though she has been one of the league's best three-point shooters since arriving in Indiana, she sits much lower than expected in the All-Star voting. She did not complain about it during the interview, which shows the mindset of an experienced veteran. Still, situations like that can sometimes create frustration within a team if players feel their contributions are not being fully appreciated. What is clear is that the Fever's biggest challenge does not appear to be a lack of talent. Instead, it seems to be about building stronger chemistry. Sophie has openly called for honest conversations, while the coaching staff continues to say everything is under control. Those two messages do not completely match. The upcoming 14-day road trip could become a turning point because the team will have plenty of time together away from home. While planned activities may help players grow closer, real trust cannot be created overnight if deeper problems remain unresolved. Sophie chose to speak publicly because she clearly believes the team needs change before the season slips away. Her message was not about blaming anyone. It was a call for unity, honesty, and stronger relationships so the Fever can finally play like the talented team everyone expected them to be.